For a decade, Taylor Swift built her empire on heartbreak, but now she's getting married, and that changes everything, whether she realizes it or not. As you know, Taylor Swift just released her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl. Disclaimer, I'm not a Swiftie, I don't sleep, eat, breathe Taylor Swift, but I went to a couple of her concerts as a kid. Her early albums were at one point the soundtrack of my and other Gen Z girls' lives. But somewhere around the 1989 and Reputation albums, I became convinced that Taylor Swift is trying way too hard. Maybe that's her appeal. She's trying to be accepted by the world. Taylor Swift doesn't know her identity. She doesn't know who she is without a boyfriend, without a political endorsement, without the roar of an audience. She doesn't seem to have a firm grasp on her identity. Despite being the one on stage, she follows the crowd, and maybe that's why she has such an enormous crowd at every show. We should really view Taylor Swift's eras as the innocent girl, to the villain, to the victim, to the fiancé.
I ought to graduate is the new bit of finger jewellery.
The hardware upgrade?
Yes! Check it out!
Just like watch it like it's a TV.
Her brand keeps shifting, and this new brand, Marriage, is going to be hard to square with her earlier eras, especially for her audience. If anything, her brand has been mostly built on breakups up until this point. All Too Well, Back to December, Story of Us, I Bet You Think About Me. They're relatable to the masses because being broken up with is a near universal experience and more emotionally interesting than lifelong commitment. Write about being happily married and you'll be in the same camp as Thomas Rhett and Luke Combs. Your love life is stable and not in constant turmoil? So boring. Maybe that's why she lost her country accent a few years after her budding career launch. But now Taylor Swift is confused. She's engaged to Travis Kelce. She's getting married. Presumably this is the final relationship, one would hope, and because on this show we believe until death do us part, anguish over love will no longer be a source of her artistic inspiration. Assuming there's no Taylor Swift divorce album, God forbid, I don't want to listen to that, but there's nothing for Taylor to fight against anymore. She's settling down. All the petty squabbles and beef with boys and other stars seem insignificant now. After building a castle of bitterness, she can now finally build a life, a real life. This is her story now. I mean, for gosh sakes, her announcement for The Life of a Showgirl was on Travis Kelce's podcast, on her soon-to-be husband's podcast. She has never included a significant other this heavily in her business.
What do we got?
We got
A briefcase.
Yep.
Mint green with TS on it.
Yep.
What's in it?
This is my brand new album.
She did with Joe Alwyn. She co-wrote some songs with him, but that was on the DL. As she said in her new song, Elizabeth Taylor, been #1, but I never had to. This is a great case study, her and Kelce, on synergy that will probably be studied in MBA programs. But there's a real shift in the life of a showgirl, towards sharing her life in all of its highs and lows with someone forever. Taylor also had a villain in so many of her past albums. She was always raging against some machine, music industry expectations, beauty standards, Hollywood, the patriarchy, J.D. Vance, people who don't think childless cat ladies should govern the country, and of course, the men who broke her heart. She's written songs like Karma, Mean, Vigilante, S-Word, I Knew You Were Trouble, Look What You Made Me Do, You Need to Calm Down, The Man, which is about how women are still discriminated against everywhere, and if she was a man, she'd be respected, and all the qualities that are considered bad for a woman would be good, like assertiveness. But again, Marriage is now Taylor Swift's rebrand, whether she likes it or not, and she's trying to find a careful way to communicate this to her audience without them coming for her. Too late. The TikTok Swifties have already figured this out and are dissecting her every bride-to-be move.
The more that I listen to this album, and specifically the song Wish List, I honestly think it's quite sinister and it scares me. The reason why is because this is exactly how people enter the alt-right pipeline, is they find somebody who is this figure that seems kind of like palatable to them or relatable to them, like Taylor Swift, and slowly this person starts sharing right-wing messaging, like, I don't care about my career, I just want to have a house and kids with a white picket fence.
In her first ever betrothed album, The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor must determine who Taylor Swift will be next, especially because nuptially she'll be Taylor Kelce. In the song Wish List, Taylor sings about all the Hollywood people who just won an Oscar, yachts, Balenciaga sunglasses, butt implants, a good PR team, opulent vacations. But she sings, I just want you. Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the F alone, and they do. Got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop. Boss up, settle down, got a wish list, I just want you. She's kind of boiled down the meaning of life pretty well. Like, this is wisdom, children, a real legacy, privacy, a good home to raise a family. Also, in a stroke of irony that I don't even think she realized, she calls out the people who treat their pets as children, like women with misdirected motherhood instincts, pushing their puppies in strollers instead of a baby. She sings, they want that freedom living off the grid. They want those 3 dogs that they call their kids. She's ridiculing these celebrities, basically saying, you guys have got happiness all twisted. And in another song on the album called Eldest Daughter, that's also ticked off the feminist, she sings, when I said I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie. Again, ironic because Taylor was the childless cat lady. Remember her Kamala Harris endorsement?
Just minutes after the presidential debate ended, the biggest pop star in the world weighed in. Taylor Swift endorsing the vice president, writing on Instagram, I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. Swift says she's supporting Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them, adding, I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos.
But the switch up, dare I say, is quite positive. I welcome this. In a few songs, Taylor is giving, I want a wraparound porch, a white picket fence, and I want to be at the PTA meetings. That's why feminists are enraged. They can't stand the idea that a 35-year-old woman has finally stopped searching for her lifelong partner and wants to focus on him and what they're building. Marriage is Taylor Swift's rebrand, but she might lose some Swifties along the way. Now, we have to cover Wood. It's a song I'm much, much less impressed with here. There are a few lines that are gross. Sexual innuendos that verge on explicit, and the question is why? Taylor does this thing where her music reflects her desire to impress the significant other of whatever era she's in. For example, when she dated the very cerebral British beta male Joe Alwyn, or the starving artist Matty Healy, her lyrics were mysterious, implicit. But when she's trying to impress Kelce, it's different. It's kind of a little known secret that Kelce isn't particularly inquisitive or intelligent. A little bit of a brickhead.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
Bear with me as I read these lyrics, which are basically smut. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He amatized me and opened my eyes. Red wood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. She goes on, and baby, I'll admit I've been a little superstitious. The curse on me was broken by your magic wand. Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck. New heights of manhood. I ain't got a knock on wood. Awful, 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 awful. No one wanted to visualize this. No one. But don't you see my point? The name of his podcast, New Heights, is in the song. You'd think, though, that when you step into marriage, that milestone, it would bring maturity, grace, poise, self-assuredness, and most of all, the desire to protect your love life from public scrutiny. So to me, this contradicts the vibe of wish list. Yes, if you're marrying the right person, you're going to be sexually attracted to them. I'm not arguing otherwise, but this is rather erotic, needlessly, some might say objectifying. I mean, she's calling him a piece of wood, you guys. And there are young girls who listen to Taylor Swift. She also hasn't cursed this much on an album, like, ever. And again, what is the purpose? Is she crashing out because the feminist in her is dying a little bit now that she's putting a ring on it? You're allowed to contradict yourself on an album. Artists are people. People are complicated. But Taylor Swift is entering a new era, and she's confused about it. For so long, she wanted a huge career, and she achieved that. But now she's getting the husband and family. She's getting the best of both worlds. She doesn't know how to reconcile these two facts with her audience. She doesn't know if she's allowed to want this because she was so defiantly anti-man and anti-marriage for so long. But marriage is the rebrand, whether she wants it or not.